Hi, Simon.
Simon,
Nice
very
to meet you.
hard to remember again.
That's all right.
Haley.
Hi, Mel.
Hi, Mel. How you going? Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Can we get you something? What do you feel like drinking?
Bubbles would be good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, bubbles. There's red wine, white wine, bubbles. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
So I guess finally from our end, we'd just like to say that the Enrich team take a sensible, ethical and holistic approach to basically achieving a natural result for clients, and they don't subscribe to the extreme change philosophy. So you should look your best as you would as a natural person, looking incredible at the best day you could ever imagine in your entire life. You shouldn't look like you've been augmented or adjusted in any way. So on that note, I'm going to hand over to Dr. Rich. He's just going to have a quick chat to you, and then we're going to divide into some groups, and we're going to take you through and look at the different machines, and we're going to have doctors talk to you in each of the rooms. And so welcome again, and thank you for your time, and over to Dr. Rich.
Welcome everyone, and I hope you get a night that's significantly meaningful. You've said some of the things about the messages that I want to give, in that we showed some interesting equipment tonight, and most of those no one else in the state has. But having said that, I often, a few years ago, I wrote an article in Australian Doctor, and the editor asked me to say, can you define what indicates a good cosmetic practice? And I actually thought about it for a long time. And then I actually wrote the practice that offers one machine, one Fraxel, that tries to pigeonhole everyone to that one treatment, is not offering people good treatment. The treatment should be geared to the individual. So whereby we have these wonderful new devices, that's not the point. Just an hour before this tonight, I had a young dermatologist come who was going to start working here. And she's really bright. She's got a PhD in immunology and so on. She said, I wonder what I don't know in my dermatology. I want to learn lasers. And my message, I said, that's terrific, you want to learn lasers, but that's not what it's about. If you're treating acne scarring, lasers is one of the treatments. If you're treating rosacea, that's one of the treatments. If you're treating pigmentation, that's one of the treatments. Lasers is just one weapon in treating the overall person. So what might be applied to you is not applied to you. So the treatment should be geared to the individual.
So welcome tonight. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
What I'm going to mainly talk to you about today is the Ultraformer. Have you heard of it before?
No.
Basically, it's the facelift you're having when you're not having a facelift. Yes, it's great. It's a non-invasive way of creating lift and tightening through the face and other parts of the body. So basically the machine is what we call a targeted ultrasound device. So it delivers ultrasound waves in a very targeted way to different levels in the skin, and those ultrasound waves turn into heat, and the heat promotes collagen at the different layers of the skin, and that's how we get tightening. I should mention that when we are treating, there are certain areas of the face that we don't do, so we'll avoid the temple, we'll avoid in the frown or the glabella, and actually in this area through here, as well as over the thyroid. So in these areas of the face, we've got nerves that we don't really want to irritate. It could be a bit too uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
Generally, this procedure too is faster than the Althera, and it's better tolerated, less painful.
And is there instant results, or does it take a while to...
It's a very good question. So basically, all collagen is going to take 3 months.
Sure.
So you'll get tightening over 3 to 6 months after the procedure, and you'll see results for anywhere between 12 to 18 months.
Okay.
So people might do this as a once-a-year maintenance.
Sure. All right.
Keep going up until the patient feels
Says
uncomfortable.
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's really the combination between the nurse and the patient
Okay.
that can determine the strength and sometimes the result.
Right.
And so you're doing at 4, that's a 4.5.
This is down to SMAS.
How does it feel?
It's warm, but like a little, how do I describe it? Like a little pinprick? Yeah, electric
Right,
stuff.
yeah.
That's really hot there, really hot.
So there's a nerve running along here, so they tend to feel a little bit.
So you've got your marginal mandibular nerves and also your submental nerves around here that you just want to be.
So it's
aware of.
tingly, almost
Yeah,
tingly.
so we don't actually do it right on the jawline. But if you create lift through here, it's going to pick up through here.
I know.
And then you
That's
create
why
tightening
I-
through here. It's
Sometimes
Yeah,
I
that
just sit in the
hurts.
mirror and do one of these and like imagine better days.
like,
So you have to understand, usually with other patients, we give them Panadine extra an hour and a half before. So
Right.
this little lady hasn't got anything.
Oh,
But you've got it turned down.
Yeah.
You're braving it.
Okay.
And from a guy's perspective, would you recommend like shaving like a day before?
Yeah, you have to have no bristles, otherwise
Okay.
this tips around about $4,500.
Okay.
And the bristle can actually pierce the.
Okay.
Simon, that'd be
There's a-
expensive,
Yeah,
honey.
I know.
Which is a little rubber there.
Yeah,
Okay.
but men can have it done
Yes.
as long as they're freshly shaven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've developed something called the Fat Freeze program that encompasses pretty much every device that is available to us for fat reduction.
I've actually heard about this. I've watched someone on YouTube have sessions
Yeah.
of it, so I'm interested to watch this.
This machine is called K2, and what it does, the technical term for what it does is called cryolipolysis. Freeze lipolysis is fat reduction. Okay. So what exactly is fat freezing? What the machine does, it sucks onto an area and freezes the tissue in that area. What the freezing then does is actually damage the fat cells, and the fat cells then undergo a really predictable process whereby they are absorbed from the body. So the process is called apoptosis, and it doesn't happen in 1 second or in 1 month. So what Lily's got going on there is the beginning of this process, and the end of the process is when the little Pac-Man macrophage cells actually gobble up the fat cell and just get rid of it through the system, just as normal cells in the body turn over. Okay. So then it's going to reflect the skin, so the skin sucks up and tightens.
Can I ask, do you find, this is a bit of a personal question, but do you find after you've had this treatment that you get like a hickey style marking?
Well,
this
this
is
is
what
the
it looks
first
like.
time.
Oh, is it? Okay, alright. There we go, that's what I was looking for.
This was me. I
Yeah.
had treatment this afternoon
Yeah.
on both flanks,
Right.
right here. So I am actually on anti-inflammatories, which we encourage our patients not to be on.
Oh, okay.
We don't want fish oil, anti-inflammatories,
Right.
aspirin, because it increases bruising.
Yes.
This is more medical in treatment. Okay, so someone, Melissa came in before and said, oh, you know, the designer vagina kind of thing. This is not that so much, and really at all.
Yeah.
So this treats symptoms of dryness of the vagina, which is typically a postmenopausal issue. So it's like typically a slightly older woman's issue, but you can have premature menopause as well for surgical reasons or medical reasons and so forth. So it's not necessarily the older age group. So in that setting, the hormones drop off and the vaginal tissue becomes much drier. It can be very painful with sex and painful when you pee. It's a very, very common problem, probably about, it's about 40% of postmenopausal women.
Oh wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yeah, and people tend not to talk about it. So very common problem, very easily treated, but not readily talked about.
I might ask my mum over dinner tomorrow.
You know what, we should hand out little subject cards.
Maybe after dinner.
Oh, I don't know.
So a lot of people are suffering in silence.
Yeah.
So think about
That's a lot.
So 40% of postmenopausal
Yeah.
women, so if you think of all the postmenopausal women out there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So 40% of them, and they think about 20 to 25% actually reported as symptoms. So that's a huge, so 75 to 80% who aren't saying anything about it.
Wow.
So that's one group of patients, particularly effective for that group of patients. The other group of patients where you can be pre or postmenopausal is people with what we call stress urinary incontinence. Okay, so when you exercise, when you cough, when you laugh, you jump up. So
It's after
yeah,
you had babies.
I've done that.
Yeah.
That's related to pregnancy and vaginal delivery.
Yeah.
You don't have to have had a vaginal delivery. You can have stress incontinence related simply to pregnancy because the weight of the baby and the relaxation of all the supporting structures through hormones and so forth. And if you've had a vaginal delivery, on top of that, that stretches the tissues as well. Okay.
So this fixes that, because that's one reason why I'm always scared to have a baby. Not that I'm pregnant, but I've always been like, I don't want to have a baby because I don't want to deal with that the rest of my life.
Because I feel like when, you hear these stories about women having children and then they're like, oh, let me tell you what really happens after you have a kid. And you're just like, God, I don't want to destroy my body for the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly right.
You can get pregnant now. In mild to moderate cases, okay, so severe cases no, but mild to moderate, and it's not permanent, so you would need repeat treatments.
Right.
So premenopausal women would need treatments about 12 monthly, and postmenopausal women would need treatments 9 monthly. Yes.
Right, yeah.
So, and initial treatments postmenopausal you would need 2, and premenopausal you would need 1. In general. So loosely speaking, yes, there's a lot you can do about it, more so than certainly what there used to be.
It's like come a long way since, say, the 80s. Basically.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So previously, say for stress incontinence kind of issues, you're looking at fairly major surgery.
Oh, wow, really?
With a lot higher complication rates. And to even qualify for surgery, you've obviously got to have more severe symptoms. Okay? So this mild to moderate group didn't really have a good option from the stress incontinence point of view. From the atrophy, the dryness point of view, the mainstay of treatment would have been local estrogen creams, which are quite effective and can still be used after you've had the laser. But this could well replace the need for that. So it's very safe, it's very effective, and for a significant problem. So stress incontinence, I say that affects about 80% of postmenopausal women, and about 55%.
Well,
not even kidding.
It's alright. We're safe.
How does it work exactly?
Okay,
Obviously,
so it's a laser.
Yeah.
So laser uses it. Yes, he's marrying laser. Guess where that goes?
I don't wanna.
Okay, so this is a speculum.
Yeah.
Anyone who's had a pap smear?
Yeah.
Simon's trying to leave.
you can go top up, Simon.
It's alright.
No,
It's
it's
alright.
don't need to know about this.
It's fine. It's fine.
Even I feel awkward.
Really? No, it's fine. We're all adults.
Okay, so it's a laser.
Yes.
In very simple terms, laser works through heat.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it heats
It
the
warms
tissue.
up,
So it's got 2 settings. One is it gets the lining of the vagina, okay, which is dry and a bit worn out, and the word we use is atrophied, basically. Okay. So because of that, you can have pain with sex, and you can have pain when you pee, and it can be quite significant, and you can get quite itchy. So one of the settings does just the lining, and what we call it ablates it. So it basically kind of removes very surface layer though. So this particular laser loves water. As soon as it hits water, it kind of stops. It doesn't go deep into the tissue.
Right.
So it's very targeted to those sort of surface
So
cells.
it only affects the tissue that is already
The
damaged.
superficial
Yeah.
tissue.
So once it finds that nice healthy tissue, then it's like,
Well, it just doesn't go that deep. It doesn't stop because it's found healthy tissue. It just doesn't go that deep.
Okay,
It just, once it hits water, which is pretty superficial, it just won't go any deeper.
Right,
So
okay.
it's very specific for the lining. So if you had an erbium laser on your face, for instance, similarly, it wouldn't go deep. It just gives a very gentle, quite superficial resurfacing.
Right.
Okay? So this essentially resurfaces.
Yeah,
So that's one. So basically, it goes in. And I've not had anybody say it's uncomfortable. It's not particularly big. I don't know, you probably think it's enormous, but it's actually not that big.
We're not doing it, she's
I was going to film and then I thought,
I'm doing it.
people might freak out.
People need to know.
You're not going to put it online, are you?
We might.
Maybe.
Okay, so you pop it in, and then basically the laser comes out that way, and then at a certain depth, then you just rotate it around. So that you can see as you rotate it around, you go around in a circle. So that's all that end done, and then you just pull it out a centimetre,
Oh,
and then
and you do
go
another
out again,
section, and
yeah,
then you
and then you go out, and that's how you get the cylinder shape basically.
Right, yeah.
And you do 2 settings like that. So the first setting is the one I just described. The second setting is where you get the tightening. So it's, you change the setting on the
Wait,
laser.
it tightens?
It tightens.
Yeah, that's that one, the after baby one.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Right.
Tightens.
So
Yeah.
you
So
can
this
baby
is more like
I
what-
thought
Yeah.
it was, I just thought it somehow like stopped you from wetting yourself. when you
No,
laugh
it
too
also
much.
tightens. So think what they call
Right.
vaginal relaxation syndrome, which is
Yes.
essentially where all the structures in the pelvis have been
Is-
stretched
yeah.
through pregnancy and delivery.
Mhm.
So it will tighten those. So the second setting,
Right.
very same principle. In it goes, rotate it around, pull
Yeah.
it out, rotate it around, and
Pull
away
it
you
out,
go.
yeah.
That goes deeper. Okay?
Right.
So the reach of the laser, because it's a completely different setting, the reach of the laser is different.
Yeah.
So it's
And
more
that will
muscles than.
out into muscle tissue,
Yeah.
and will
Right.
tighten it. Stimulates collagen,
Yes.
and so tightens collagen that's there and stimulates new collagen being
Similar to
produced.
that face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very similar
Yeah.
principle. Very similar principle.
So
Okay.
do you feel it in there, doing
Yeah,
the
you feel like-
heatness,
Mary's
the
out.
hotness?
Mary's had it done.
Mary's had it done.
I've had it done. Melissa's had it done.
Yeah. Do you think it's like,
It doesn't hurt. While it's
No.
in, it doesn't hurt. It just feels like
yeah.
just a
You
tap.
can
tap,
hear it.
yeah.
It's kind of, it's a funny
Just like a
knocking
tapping.
noise.
A
Oh,
knocking
really?
noise.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just see you in this room now. This is a theatre, a little theatre, and just for example, that's an ultra pulse machine. It's a serial. It's possibly the most sophisticated CRH in the world, a $250,000 machine. And I wasn't meant to talk about that, but the thing about that machine is that we use it for acne scarring and a lot of things. It's been like here late, 5 o'clock, I did her a favour. I did her out of thighs, in the thighs, in the knees. Often I give her a pethidine and so on. I do all mine under local. She drove home, she worked all Thursday, all Friday. A bit sore, but she worked.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you're using a very fine, thin cannula, like you don't get a big bite, not much
yeah,
smaller.
right.
The advantage of small cannula that you mess in like is it's under local, so you don't get the anaesthetic risk, and it's also cheaper. Hospital anaesthetic is all my money. My patients, I do lipos in Sydney. I was away for a while. I went there. I had 11 lipos one weekend, and all of them were functioning the next day. Right? So my patients are up and about. And the next thing, if you look at literature, tumescent liposuction with small cannulas, you don't get big trauma, big bite, not one death anywhere in the world. And I was recently in Washington, American Academy of Dermatology with 13,000 dermatologists. Jeffrey Klein, who developed this, got a gold medal, a special award for his work on this, right? And so tumescent liposuction with small cannulas, you get quick recovery and people are about. And the other example I want to give, I did quite a big lipo under anaesthetic, one of the only ones I've done over 2 years on a psychologist, right? And then there was another area she wanted done, but one guy said, we're not going back to hospital for a small area of that. And she drove us crazy. Lee was here before laughing, she rang us every day. And the last day, kid, please get an anaesthetist. I'm going to hospital, but get one in the ear. And she came in Valium loaded and so on. So anyway, we joked with her. And halfway through the lipo, she started to thank me. She said, all my anxiety, all these years, I've just overcome it.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a big deal. It was the fear.
Yeah.
The fear. And she actually, it was fascinating. She's a psychologist. I've been terrified of these things. Right?
But I think when you typically see or hear about liposuction, it's on television. And typically they're doing someone who is quite overweight, they're like completely under, and you see a team of plastic surgeons and doctors doing their thing. And it looks very scary. It looks very
Painful.
We sat here and crack jokes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. They don't show that. So there's a lot of misconception
I mean,
about
my lipos under local, people were coming. Interesting, I even did a good example a few weeks, 2 weeks ago.